I'm Zack Farmer with Examiner.com. Well, we now know the matchup. It's going to be St. Mary's and Purdue Friday in Omaha for the right to go to the third round in the NCAA Tournament. It will be the fourth time under Randy Bennett that they will be in the NCAA Tournament and the fourth time that they will be part of the 7-10 game. Each of the other three times, St. Mary's was the 10, and now, going into this game, they are going to be the favorite. And like many of you, probably in your bracket, I also have St. Mary's moving on into the third round. But there are going to be some keys to that game. The biggest key in my mind is going to be the play of the bigs for St. Mary's. That means the play of Rob Jones and the play of Brad Waldo. Both of them showed up and played very well against Gonzaga in the WCC tournament final. And that is the type of production that they are going to need to go in against Purdue. Purdue is a much more physical team than a lot of the teams they see in the WCC. So that is going to have to be a shift for this team. And also, when Jones and Waldo score 10 or more points in a game, it takes so much more pressure off of Dellavedova, Steindl, Page, and the rest of this team. And for numbers, the team is 8-1 whenever Jones and Waldo both score in double figures. But another key to this could be the return of Stephen Holt. Holt is supposed to be back for the NCAA tournament, and he has been the team's best defender, and he is also the team's most explosive player. He will be coming off the bench to start, just to make sure that there's no sort of disruption in the flow of what Steindl and Page have developed in the starting lineup. And Randy Bennett used the comparison to Patty Mills from a couple years ago when he brought Mills back maybe a little bit too early, and so Holt will be coming off the bench. But even him coming off the bench might be key with Purdue's DJ Bird on the wings. Both Bird and Ryan Smith for Purdue both shoot over 43% from three-point land, and that will be a key for St. Mary's. If they can slow down those guys and chase them off the three-point line, much like they did Kevin Pangos, again, when they played Gonzaga just a couple weeks ago, they will have a much better shot at beating Purdue and advancing in this tournament. Also, like many of you, I've also filled out a bracket for the NCAA tournament. I probably filled out at least a half a dozen of these just to kind of see what matchups I like and that sort of stuff. So just for the Midwest bottom half region, so the St. Mary's region, here's what I have. I have Kansas beating Detroit, St. Mary's over Purdue, and I'm calling two different upsets. I'm calling Belmont over Georgetown and NC State over San Diego State. With Examiner.com, I'm Zack Farmer.